You know who it is. Game guy Goldie, the one and only, on another episode of Don't Hate the Player, Learn the Game. Game guys, check this out. This is a special episode, right? I brought some, listen, it's a lot of cheat codes that I have to get to where I'm at, right? One thing that changed my life was books, and I kept those books that I read that changed my life secret. I just recently started giving people that book list because I felt like that was my advantage. And it's been another advantage that I've been having, that I've used to keep a cheat code, a secret. But, you know, through my growth, I've learned that I need to help people get to where I was, and they got to do the same thing that I'm doing. So I brought somebody on that is one of the people that has facilitated my success through these cheat codes. My guy from Vita Bella, Philly. Introduce yourself to the people.
Appreciate it, Goldie. Thanks for bringing me on, man. This is a blessing.
Appreciate you coming.
My name's Phil Vella. I'm the founder and CEO of Vita Bella. It's the fastest growing hormone, peptide, and anti-aging clinic online. And we just crossed our 35th state expansion, and we're continuing to grow across the U.S.
Listen, before we get into all the cheat codes and the things that's really going to change these people's lives, let's give them a little bit of your background. You know, let them know you the real deal. Talk about your last business endeavor. The company and everything you did.
Yeah, no. So I came from tech. I was formerly leading the software division of Cisco Systems. I was the first employee for their software division. I built that from $0 to a little over $5 billion, and I left the company in 2019. I was there for about 12 years. The crazy part about it is I was making the most amount of money, Goldie, I ever had in my life, and felt the worst. Yeah. I can't even imagine health, hormones, and dialing myself in. If I had everything that I know now, when I did it then, I couldn't imagine like how much larger of a plateau we would have hit, how much deeper we would have went to.
So you said 5 billion, you took it to 5 billion.
$0 to 5 billion. Yes,
$0 to 5 billion. Listen, what I tell you guys all the time? Who you listen to is probably the most important skill you will learn. You listening to people who haven't been where you want to be. This man right here took a business from $0 to 5 billion. So you really need to pay attention to what he's talking about. So you saying the way you felt then to be able to get to that level, had you knew the things that you know now that we're about to explain to these people, you can't imagine how much more you would have been able to do.
It's crazy because I didn't know what good really felt like. I thought I felt good. I was doing the right things. And until I dialed in the hormones and blood work and really understood everything about my health, I didn't get to that next level. And what I realized is everybody that was at a level higher than me, even though I was doing crazy well, had a cheat code. They were all on hormones. They were all on peptides.
Listen, do you hear that? Listen, I say it all the time. I done spent over $300,000 in mentorships with high-level individuals, 100 millionaires and things of that nature. And even in those 2-day weekends I spent $30,000 on, they didn't tell me about these things. It was only until I started befriending these people that they would say, hey, you need to do this. Every last one of them. And now you don't just got to hear from my mouth. You could hear from his mouth. A man who took a business from $0 to 5 billion. You said what?
We dialed in blood work. Once we dialed in blood work, I plateaued myself. Like I was failing at the business, you know, on a personal level, but crushing it on a financial level. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the drive. I didn't have the motivation. And people go, Phil, how'd you take a business from 0 to 5 billion? Well, a lot of hard work, a lot of hustling, and a lot of luck, right? That's what it came through. And a great team behind me. Once I took that team through, and I left the business, I really got interested in the health, hormones, and building and creating something to become the best version of myself. And more importantly, I'm lucky enough when I built this business to kind of create a world where every day I wake up and I get to help other people. I literally wake up every day and get to turn people into the best version of themselves.
And it's life changing, man. I tell these people all the time, this is my saying, I say you need energy, willpower, and clarity to be successful. And a lot of people don't have the energy, the willpower, or the clarity because they are missing these biomarkers. They're not optimal in these things. And what your company does, it's get someone's blood test and finds out where they are on every level.
Literally, biomarkers are the cheat code start, right? That's the starting line. That's the GPS No one can reach a destination. No one can jump on a map and be like, this is where we're going until you know where you are.
Yeah.
Blood work, basic blood work in labs lets you know where you are today and how you get and what you should take to get to where you're going. So many times people just go online, they're just like, I want that, I want this, I want this.
Listen, I did that for a time. I felt so bad. I didn't have the energy. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I said, I guess this is just how you feel when you hit your 30s. That's what I thought. And so I was trying to do nootropics I seen online. Oh, okay, take this vitamin, this, that, and the third. And, nothing really worked. It wasn't until I got my blood drawn, saw where I was deficient. I was deficient in things I didn't even know were possible. I've gotten a blood test at the doctor before. The things in the blood test that you guys gave me, it was so many things that they don't even test at the doctor. So I thought the doctor said I was okay, but I don't feel good. I come to you guys, you say I'm deficient here, I'm deficient here, I'm deficient here. So it was life changing.
The crazier part about all this is most doctors and through time say testosterone levels at 300. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You're good. Let me tell you something. A testosterone level at 300, you shouldn't feel at your best. I didn't feel at my best. When I tested my labs, I was 280 testosterone.
Yeah.
Today, I try to keep close to 1,000, in between 800 and 1,200 testosterone levels. There are literally hundreds of hormone, peptides, and various different things that you can take. I would venture to say the single greatest thing that you could start with is baseline testosterone replacement therapy. It is 60, 70% of everything that's going on in your body to help you get to where you want to be.
I mean, and you see some of these dudes, man, I coach a lot of dudes and I could hear it in their voice. I could hear in their voice they ain't got no testosterone, how docile, how lack of energy, the lethargy that they have. I'm like, you need to go at least get it checked. I really feel like that's a problem. And you were telling me that just based on the food that we're eating these days, it's just not the same. So we have to get these things. Otherwise, we're not going to be optimal. And you said it yourself, there's no high level individual that you know who is not on this certain type of protocol, getting their blood drawn to see where they're deficient so they could be optimized.
It's funny. Not everybody's going to admit it.
Yeah.
But everybody's on a program.
I can tell you, everybody that I know who's made over $20 million, they get their blood drawn, they see where they're deficient, and they optimize from peptides to this to that.
There are patients that we have today that are online right now, screaming against this stuff, saying, no, I would never do those things. I would never touch those things.
This is why these people need to appreciate. This is literally a cheat code. I almost didn't want to tell you people about it because it's literally a cheat code. I'll call this like, have you ever seen the movie Limitless?
Yes.
Okay, I would liken this to the Limitless pill. This protocol, when you're getting your blood drawn, I would liken it to the Limitless pill. It really will optimize you to your potential.
It will make you the best version of yourself. The things that you didn't even know was possible. I talk to people every day and they're like, I feel good.
Listen, it was life changing. Once I started getting on everything, I had the energy that I had. Like I said, I thought it was just because I was getting older. Oh, this is how you feel in your 30s. That's what they would like for you to think. They're not telling you you're deficient in these areas. And if you just get your markers up to where they need to be, you can feel like you felt like when you was 20 years old again.
You literally are going back to 20.
Okay,
you are literally going back to the testosterone levels that you had at 20 in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they'll say, well, I feel fine. Yeah, but your fine is garbage to us because you've been living at that low level for so long. It's become normal, but you're supposed to be feeling better than that.
And more importantly, people look at testosterone replacement therapy and they're like, I don't want to get on steroids. It's a base level hormone that's already in your body. We're not talking about you becoming Jay Cutler, you becoming Ronnie Coleman. We're talking about you feeling amazing, waking up every day with drive, motivation, feeling like you could walk with energy, walk with an edge, talk with an edge, show up differently.
Wonder why these people, you procrastinate, you just don't feel like getting up, you just don't feel like doing it. It's because you're deficient. You don't have what you need in your blood to even feel like. So that's why it's so hard. All the discipline in the world, if you got it, use it. But if you're deficient in the health department, health is wealth. And people will go out and they'll spend money on tables, money on bottles, money on this, money on that. Why would you not spend a little bit of money on your health? That's literally the most important thing.
One of the craziest things, you talk about tables and bottles. I mean, there are things right now that people have never even heard of. Right? Peptides. Like there's something called glutathione.
Oh, yeah.
Glutathione that literally goes in. We're not taught this stuff in school, Goldie.
They don't want you to be healthy.
We go to school and we learn about 1,000 different things, nutrition classes, this and that. Glutathione, if you Google it, it is known as the mother of all antioxidants.
Yeah.
The mother of all it is so powerful that it recycles other antioxidants like vitamin C.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. And what's amazing about it is it will go into your body, cleanse your liver, make you feel amazing. You go out drinking, glutathione, one of the best things to
all
take
you
when
alcoholics
you get back.
out there going out to the club every night, you need some of this. Cleanse your system.
NAD plus.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Like I really feel like this is almost like a secret. This is something once reserved for only people who have money and people who have the inside knowledge, because you have a regular doctor. They're not talking to you about this if they even know about it. You have to have a specialty doctor, be in certain circles. So this is something that the average person doesn't even know is out there.
Not only do they not even know that it's not out there, Goldie, it's even crazier than that. Is the cost of this medication for the uneducated is crazy. When I made this company, the baseline and the foundation of what we built is healthy, not just for the wealthy. When I went in and I started to take some of these protocols, it was tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, NAD shots at your local clinic. You're talking $50, $60, $70 for 25 milligrams.
And how much is it with your
$6.
$6. So the average $50 to $60 to $100, and you got it for $6.
Yes. Yeah. You get 40 shots with needles included, $250.
Yeah. And listen, that's why I love your company so much, because before I understood, like, most people can't afford this. Most people that I know, most people that I coach, I said, well, you guys can't afford it. So why would I tell you about it? I would try to tell people, and with you bringing your prices down so the average person, hey, man, I really feel like, man, you're going to get in trouble, man, because you'll change the world. If everybody was able to be their best self, everybody was able to see where they were deficient and be optimal, man, that's changing the world.
Look at it like this. Baseline hormones. Baseline hormones, testosterone. You could come into Vita Bella for $99 a month.
$99 a month.
And you get your testosterone between $16 and $32 a month. You're talking for less than $150 a month. We could literally just the baseline. There are so many things we offer. But for men 35, 45, 55 years old, this is the baseline.
That's the baseline.
This is the baseline.
Man, I really hope these people are listening, because you're not going to you've never met a successful person who didn't have a lot of energy and clarity. You have to have energy to be successful. And you see these guys like you, older guys who looking young, they cut up, and they got all this energy, they got all this vitality in them. You know what I'm saying? It's because you guys are optimizing yourself, man. For me, I mean, it's imperative. I literally felt like shit. I literally was tired all the time. And I thought I was eating healthy. I was on my macros. I was working out, but I just didn't feel as great as I could. And then once I started, I just felt like I'm back. I felt like, damn, I'm back. You know, and I just want to give everybody that same feeling to see who you could really be when you're optimal. And let me tell you one thing, too. So my mom, she had like an injury once, right? And she goes like to Mexico to do the stem cells. And when she's at that stem cell clinic, they give her NAD, they give her glutathione, all the stuff that you give, right? And they charge her like $30,000 for that.
Peptides.
Yeah. She's getting charged $30,000 for something that you have a protocol for $99 a month and a couple $100.
It's peptides are life-changing.
Yeah.
I mean,
explain to them what peptides are, because sometimes people think peptides are steroids or something like that. Right.
This is a great discussion. So everybody listen up. Peptides, you know, everybody talks to me every day. What's a peptide? And they're like, I don't take peptides. You don't? You eat meat, you eat cheese, you eat milk, you eat peptides, right? Peptides are nothing more than short chain amino acids in between 2 and 50. If it's more than 50, it's called a protein. Surprise. So you eat peptides every single day. More importantly than that is peptides have been around. You know, I hear all the time, you know, peptides are new, Phil. I don't touch peptides. They haven't been around long enough. There's not enough research. I'm here to inform you all. Peptides have been here for over 100 years. And the first peptide that we found is insulin, and it has saved hundreds of millions of lives. Peptides are not only, you know, one of the safest products. I wouldn't say completely safe, but one of the safest products on the market. There's 7,000 peptides in the world. 7,000.
And you said peptides are amino acids.
Just short chain amino acids. I mean, some of them are natural bioidentical in your body. And the cool thing is they have pathways. You can literally do things specifically. You want a peptide to release growth hormone. You want a peptide that will eat visceral fat.
Yeah.
Like fat around your organs, not fat on the outside, fat around your organs. It is so specific. It is ridiculous.
Tell the people this. Are there side effects to peptides?
There's side effects to everything in this world, right?
Course.
There's side effects to everything in this world.
When they think side effects, they think those commercials that come on late night. Hey, is it that type of side effects?
You know, it's funny. This is going to be a viral part of this video right here, right? When you turn on the television today, when they start talking about medications on these big pharma commercials, do you go to bed at night and do you wake up in the morning? You're like, I got that. I need this pill. I need this pill. I go to bed at night and wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, everything comes with a risk. The difference is using certain peptides and using certain things, you can limit your risks and mitigate a lot of it by having the safest protocols. We run your blood work.
Yeah.
After we run your blood work, then we can determine what is safe for you. If people go and they take drugs without blood work.
People are taking vitamins right now just because they feel you could not be deficient in that and you're taking it. Now you have too much. Now that's actually a bad thing. So that's why I love that you get your blood test and see what's perfect for you.
Everybody that comes to us, not everyone needs blood work, but we recommend it for everybody.
Yeah.
And those who want to get on hormones and those who want to get on the best peptides, the tesamorelin, sermorelin, hexamorelin, CJC, ipamorelin. We test every biomarker that we can within reason at the lowest possible price. I think it's important to talk about the cost of blood work.
Okay,
right?
How much is the average cost of blood work?
If you want to run full panels, and we see it every day, we run a $89 panel and a $179 panel. Now, people make mistakes and they go in and they say, I want to use insurance, or they go in and they forget to tell them that they have already paid for their blood work with us.
Yeah.
The same exact panel that somebody pays us $179 for is going to run you $2,200 at Quest.
That's a fact. 100%.
$2,200 because I get the invoices and they go, Phil, what happened? I thought we paid $179. What happened? And I was like, you guys didn't say the right thing when you walked in. We gave them paperwork. We walked them through. But blood work is not only expensive if you go and get it on your own, so we discount it to the absolute floor. $89, we can learn more about you than you've learned about yourself in a very long time.
Yeah, but not only that, do you know how hard it is to even tell your doctor that you won't? They will fight you about your blood work. They will fight you about your testosterone. It was a time that I was trying to ask my doctor about testosterone. Hey, can I get a blood? He's like, no, you don't need it. No, you're too young. You don't need to. I don't need to. I didn't say I wanted something for it. I just said I wanted to check it. He fought me about it. So not only just that, but all of those other biomarkers, I don't even feel like you can go to the average doctor and get those biomarkers checked.
You can and you can't. But here's more importantly, when you look at testosterone, let's talk this through. This is going to be.
Let's talk it through.
Talk through testosterone. There are so many people that want to jump on injectable testosterone. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're under the age of 35, 30 years old, worst decision you can make.
Oh, listen, and that's why I appreciate this man so much. Do you know how many places I went to, and Kellen knows as well, where they were like, here, take this, you need to take this. So I never took any injectable testosterone, right? But everybody wanted to put me on it. It wasn't until I came and got my blood test with you that you said, no, I don't think that's right for you because of this, this, and this. Everybody else was just trying to sell me. Everybody else told me I needed it off the dribble. You were the only person after my blood test came back that said, nope, we don't think that's right for you at your age. There's some alternatives that you can do.
Everybody, this is where you listen up. If you didn't listen to anything in this podcast, this is exactly where you need to perk up, take the note. There are so many companies out there that are talking about injectable testosterone under 30 years old, under 35 years old. Now, it's not that you shouldn't take it. However, there are so many better products that can naturally raise your testosterone. Clomiphene, enclomiphene, HCG, so many products that will limit and or eliminate the side effects that you would have with injectable testosterone. Things like hair loss, acne, raising your estrogen to crazy levels, introducing, testicular shrinkage. You don't want some of those things if you don't need to have them. And one of the biggest, fertility. The crazy part is, Gold, let me walk. The gem here is so many men, when they come to us, young men, 28, 32 years old, we say, hey, if you get on injectable testosterone, You're going to shrink your balls, but more importantly, you're going to limit your fertility and really kill your ability to get somebody pregnant.
Yeah.
You don't care about it at that point. What these guys say all the time, they go, oh, I don't care. Why? Because you're not where you need to be.
Yeah.
You don't look good.
Yeah.
And people don't like you.
Yeah.
Just wait. You be on testosterone for 5, 6, 7 months. Now you're in a relationship. Now a girl wants to have a baby with you.
Yeah.
And you can't. That is the difference. Yeah. You could get on in clomiphene. And clomiphene, we have seen patients double, triple their testosterone levels with a pill a day. $60 a month to get people on in clomiphene.
Yeah.
Triple their testosterone in 3-4 weeks.
And it eliminates all the other bad side effects.
It doesn't eliminate it, but
reduces.
You mitigate and limit it. You severely lower the side effects of injectable testosterone. And you're getting an amazing result.
Listen, and that right there is really like the theme of your entire business, because most business, they just want the money. You're not only lowering the price, but you're not just giving people whatever you want to sell them. You're giving them what they actually need.
We don't push product, and you can't order product from us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be very clear. Yeah. Nobody can come to Vita Bella and say, this is what I want.
Do you hear that? You can't just come there, even if you have the money, to get what you think you want. He's going to make sure you need it before he gives it to you.
Yeah, it's not only do you need it, but more importantly, is it safe?
Is it safe? And that should be the number one thing you're thinking about. But most of these people don't. And that's why we might have to bleep out some of those words so they don't try to go online and try to find it somewhere cheap in China and order it. You know, you got to come to him, get your bloods, get your labs run, talk to a doctor. You're not just getting your labs run, you're getting your labs run. Then you're sitting down with a certified doctor to talk to you about everything, what you need, why we think you need it.
Yeah, you're going to go through your blood. So walk through this, right? You're going to come through.
Walk them through the process.
You come through, you pick your membership. Once you pick a membership, then you're going to walk through.
And the membership, $99.
$99.
Or $129.
Or $179, but you're going to put a code up for $129.
Yeah.
If you want the performance package, $129 for all of your people. We'll see if we can give you guys a better deal even.
Yeah.
So you're going to go through, you're going to walk through all of your health history. You're going to go through and get your lab work done. So you're going to go through your health history, get your lab work done. Once that's done and we get your results, we're going to ping you and we're going to say, hey, we're ready to see you. You're going to go and schedule online an appointment with one of our providers. Yeah. And then you're going to have a video face-to-face meeting with one of the providers. They're going to review your blood work. They're going to review your health history. And they're more importantly going to review your goals. Yeah. They're going to understand where you are, where you want to be, and then we're going to show you 4 or 5 different highways to get you to that place, right? Understanding literally where you are is way more important than where you got to be. Right. So many people want to be somewhere. Yep. You can't get anywhere until you know where you are.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's the key.
That's a fact.
And so once we understand where you are, we can take you to that destination that you want to be. Yeah. And we're going to give you options. We're going to walk you through, say, these are the original options that you can walk through. Yeah. You can do this product, this peptide. Some people start with everything. Yeah. Some people start with a couple of things. They see it work. Yeah. You can't stop this stuff from working. It's amazing. Right. And then all of a sudden, it's funny, before their next appointment, which is normally every 3 months, before their next appointment, 6 weeks in, just give me whatever else she recommended, whatever else he recommended. Give me that. Why? Is because now you start to feel a way in a certain way that you've never felt before. Now, results vary. Everybody has a different result. The difference is I have never seen a patient ever come to Vita Bella and say they felt worse.
I believe that.
Ever.
No, for sure.
It has never happened. Some people, listen, maybe you don't feel 300% better. Yeah. But you're going to feel 50% better. Yeah. You're going to dramatically increase the performance that you have in the real world.
And listen, people don't understand me until they feel it. When you have more energy for your son, for your girl, for different things, when you're at work, when you're not getting tired midday, when you could do a full workout and your recovery is better. I mean, it's life changing.
We've got, if you see some of these reviews that we have online, that's literally.
I saw some of the guys. It was ridiculous.
So, ridiculous. One of them, he walked through. He says, "I'm a better father. When I show up at home, I have more time for." I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I have more time for my kid. I don't come home and need to take a nap.
Oh, my goodness, man. Listen, I can relate to that. When you're tired, you got a son and you worked all day and now you come home and you sleep. And by the time you wake up, he's in bed because he got to wake up in the morning. And now when you get on the right protocols and you get your energy back, now when I get home, I can, hey, son, let's go outside. Let's go play basketball. Let's go scoot around the neighborhood. You know, it's really life changing. And for this cheap price, these people, and I'll say this too, like I said before, a lot of people, they're taking quote unquote nootropics and things of that nature. That's all. What would you say about those things? I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
You know, I put it this way, is a lot of things don't have clinical research behind it, right? There's a lot of things that don't have clinical research behind it. It's hard, right? I would be doing myself a disjustice. I'd be doing the community a disjustice to come out and say negative things against products that actually haven't been researched enough. And I say that there's two things. Some of them actually work. Some of them, it's placebo effect. And I would say this, whatever works for you, do that. Do that, Goldie. Like when people come in, I don't believe some of the things that they're requesting would help them. But if you truly believe, the mind is powerful, Goldie. If you believe something's helping you, the most amazing fact about the mind is if you believe something's actually helping you, it will help you.
Placebo effect.
Literally, you know, if you believe something's helping your leg, and you're like, it's going to take away pain, then all of a sudden you feel less pain. Think about that. Like that's how powerful the mind is.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, so we're not going to talk down all these things. I would just say personally that when I wasn't feeling my best, I was trying to get nootropics and this, that, and the third, and it never really worked. Maybe some had some placebo effect to it, but it wasn't until I did this that it was like guaranteed what I thought those nootropics were going to do. This actually did it for me.
Well, you look at the difference between nootropics and some of the other things is the things that we offer are 100% prescription. You have to get it from a pharmacy and we have to physically prescribe it to you. And so things like NAD+, it's a fact that it goes and it repairs your mitochondria. People go, well, what's mitochondria? Mitochondria is the powerhouse and brain of the cell. It's responsible for converting everything into energy. Right? Without NAD, we die. You don't have any NAD in your body, you're dead. So we give you, you know, supplemental NAD goes in, repairs your mitochondria. You get more energy, you get more mental clarity, you feel better.
And that's big because I know a lot of people who get the IV come to their house once every so often, but everybody can't afford that. Everybody can't do that. So the fact that you're able to give this to the average person a daily dose, you can give yourself a daily dose. And a lot of people, after they're done drinking, they order the IV. You don't have to do that anymore. You can get it from you and you can have it at the house. Hey, man, after a night of drinking, you can take it or just
glutathione.
And glutathione is crazy. Like I said, my mom does the stem cells, and that's one of their biggest things they give over there. So the fact that, you know, she'd be on it if she wasn't in California, but the fact that you have these things that people go to clinics out the country to get, you have it and can prescribe it.
You know, the neat thing is we've got a ton of things that I think doctors don't even know about. And so the crazy part is, and I'm not talking down doctors, but let's open up a can here for a minute, right? Let's not talk down doctors, but let's talk about medical schools today. Most medical, if not all medical schools today do not teach 1 minute on peptides. Most medical schools do not have nutrition classes that they're going to give doctors. Most of them, they maybe get, you know, a class or two on hormones, unless you're an endocrinologist or a urologist. But yet we're going to our doctors looking for bleeding edge modern medicine, asking about nutrition and asking how to become the best version of myself. And we think that's okay. We think that's okay. The difference between us and the basic doctors that exist is everybody that comes to Vita Bella goes through rigorous protocol training on peptides, rigorous certifications on hormones, all of the coenzymes like NAD+. We walk them through and educate them on things that previously they had this much education on.
Listen, and that's why I say, like, this is big. This conversation we're having is big because most people don't know about it. Like I said before, this is like an elite, the high class, elite, upper class, upper echelon people with money. They understand these things. They have the money. They have the inside knowledge of this. The average person has no clue about this, and we're bringing it to the average person, and then you're lowering the price, so it's not just for the elite people to have.
Before us, most people couldn't afford this.
For facts, 100%.
Before us, you figure a basic protocol of NAD+. You know, you take 3 shots a week, 25 milligrams. testosterone once a week or in
Right.
clomiphene.
Peptides.
Yep. And you take maybe a Somorelin, right? Just a base level.
Right.
And maybe a shot of glutathione. You're out the door for $300-400 a month.
Man, that's why I love your company. What do you say? Healthy, not just for the wealthy.
Healthy, not just for the wealthy.
Man, and I love that. And I love to be able to bring that to my people who I know deserve to be healthy as well. You know, they may not be in the position financially yet, but once they get their protocol, once they get their levels optimized, they might start to have the energy, the willpower, and the clarity to get to that level where they will be healthy. But without the health, it's going to be very hard to get there.
Most of these men, you're the single product that's missing in your life.
Yeah.
And I'm not pushing meds. I'm not pushing drugs. The single product that could change your life is an HRT program. Just an clomiphene if you're under a certain age and still want to have children, or injectable testosterone if you're over 40, 45 years old and you're showing low T. Yeah. I will tell you that I've never seen a person that didn't become more motivated, more drive, lose weight, more muscle, more strength, more clarity, and feel more like a man than they ever have in their life. They didn't know what they didn't know. They didn't know what they didn't know. I get to watch it. Goldie, I'm like the luckiest person in the world. I'll tell you this right now.
You get to see the change.
I get to literally watch all the reviews. I get to watch the videos. I get to meet people and they go, you know, they're getting girlfriends they couldn't have ever got. They got more energy and more confidence to walk up to people.
Got some bass in their voice now.
That they couldn't. They're coming correct in a way that they could have never done it before. Why? Because it's here and it's in the body. You literally don't have, you're beta.
Yeah.
You're beta.
Man, listen, and you were saying that to me and we were talking about that and I was like, yeah, these dudes, what is it? It's really the fact that biologically they're not a man, or they're not the man that they would have been 30 years ago. Their testosterone levels aren't there.
Tanking.
So that's
the research. All the research right now shows testosterone levels over the past 40, 50 years have tanked. And why? Food. Energy. You know, I'm sorry. Food. Our level of activity. We playing video games all day. Think about this. I look at a kid. When I was young, I knew where all the parks' names were. All the names of the park. I was riding bikes to the park.
Even me, I would ride around all day, 30 miles on a bike.
Street light came on, pow, I'm home, right? Immediately, mom had it down. But so many people with these today, they're not doing anything, Goldie. They're not active. They're not out there. And it's not always their fault. It's just the food. It's society's pushing them down and mitigating them. Like, you know, toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Like, listen, we need more men in the world.
And how could you be a man with no testosterone?
Low T doesn't make you feel good. And we can change that. And we can do it in a safe, educated way. Could put you on protocols that make you feel good. And the best part is after 3 months, if you don't like where you are, we make adjustments. You meet with your provider again and say, you know, either I'm looking to introduce something new or I'm looking to do this. I think that, you know, watching you and your transformation mentally and it builds a different level of confidence.
And listen, I got to tell these people for real, this was a cheat code for me. This was something that I didn't tell anybody because I'm like, this is a life hack cheat code. I don't want to tell anybody, but we telling you now, and you're going to give these people a discount if they use my code Goldie.
Yes.
So if they go to the website, vitabella.com, and you sign up for the performance.
Sign up for the performance
package. It got to be the performance package.
vitabella.com.
It's not going to be the 179. It's going to be
129.
129.
129.
Right? Use the code Goldie. Let them know that I sent you. I mean, or don't do it. I'm going to be living great regardless. You know, colors are brighter. Energy is better. You know, I'm going to be feeling great regardless. I'm just trying to extend this to you. You know, but you can't come to me and say you want a better life if you going out and you spending money on this, spending money on shoes, but you won't spend it on your health to feel better. Don't just do it for yourself. Sign your mom up. Sign your brother up. Do you care about your cousin who doesn't have the right energy, sitting in the house playing video games all day? Sign him up. You know, if you really care about people's health is wealth, if you really believe that there's no reason that everybody shouldn't get their blood drawn.
You did a great segue for me right here, talking about you buy the clothes, you buy the car, you buy this. I've seen dudes' cars, impeccable shape, flawless on the inside, flawless on the outside, yet they look like garbage. Yet I see, you know, a 280-pound guy, sloppy, not feeling good. He's got Gucci shirt. Gucci shoes, everything. Why does he buy that, Goldie? Because he's buying confidence.
That's a fact.
He's buying what if you walked in some champion sweatsuits and were the baddest dude in the room? You will walk and feel more like a man than you ever have. That's the difference.
Yeah. I mean, it's we could go so deep on this, but y'all need to go sign up. Kellen is in the building. We about to bring Kellen in, and we're going to continue this discussion.
What's up, everybody? I was a little late to the podcast today, but I'm super excited. I got my brother Philly here with us. Goldie and Phil have already kind of elaborated on a lot of things, but I really want to dive into men's sexual health because it's something that I struggled with for a long time, and I had no idea until I had someone educate me about it. But the thing is, I was educated by a lot of the wrong people until I found Philly. And he's currently, I'm getting my blood work done this week. He's already got Goldie sorted. But let's talk about men, getting hard and then men wanting to use a hard penis. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy that we're talking about this today. But no, it's a great topic, and I think it's vastly misunderstood amongst the community. Is they are two completely different problems. There's plenty of people out there that have no problem getting an erection, and they just don't want to do anything with it, right? That's your libido side. And then there's physically the erection side, right? That's the imbalance where people just can't get hard in the first place. So you have getting hard, and then once it is hard, what are you going to do with it?
Let me ask you this. So because a lot of guys, they go to the gas station when they leave the club, they get the honey pack. So that just gets your dick hard. That doesn't actually mean that you got the desire to use it, or is that both? Is that the libido side? Is that just getting the hard side? Which is it?
So just getting blood flow is getting yourself hard. That's it.
And that doesn't have anything to do with a man actually really wanting to have sex with a woman.
It's very unique. So many people, and I didn't even realize this, Goldie, until I got into this community, into the health side. There's a lot of men that can get hard that don't want to have sex with anybody, not even their wives. It's crazy.
That was me. That was me for a very long time. I was having sex like one time a month, and I didn't even realize. When you don't realize that you have a sex drive, it's like non-existent. And then you don't think about it, and then your partner starts thinking there's something wrong with them, and then it creates a lot of animosity and problems in the relationship because they're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why do you not want to fuck me? And it's not that I don't want to fuck you. I'm just not over here thinking about it.
Yeah, it's libido. I mean, libido's a big thing. There's things that exist in the community, not to just dive right into it, but like oxytocin is one of the prescriptions that we offer at Vita Bella, and that helps raise and increase your libido, both men and women, right? There's a lot of women, by the way, we don't talk about it.
That don't have sex
There's a
drive
lot
either,
of
right?
women, once they hit a certain, before a certain age, they don't have a lot of libido and they don't want to have sex. I think once a woman hits 40 years old, things change dramatically, as we've seen in the community. Once a woman hits 40, it becomes a complete opposite, right? Up to that point, it's more currency, right? That they use some of these things for, not to say it that way, but they change and they become very high sex drive, very high libido. And men, kind of the opposite. When we're younger, rabbits.
All day.
Rabbits.
I was like a dog with this pink thing hanging out.
And then when we get older, like some of us can get hard, don't want to use it. Some of us can't even get hard,
but want to use it.
And want to use it. And those are just two uniquely different things. When you've got your Cialises, you've got your Viagras, you've got your Vardenafils.
Do those work on both issues?
So no, not at all.
So which issue does the Viagra and Cialis?
So Viagra, Cialis, all of those, blood flow products and stimulation products, those help out with your physical erection.
Okay.
And then after that, it's, do you want to use it? That's where things like oxytocin come in.
That's
and
crazy. I've never heard that. I mean, we all know the dudes who get the honey packs and even promote those type of things, but I've never heard anybody say you need one to get hard. You got to get one to want to do it.
Have you ever used like Viagra or Cialis?
I've used a honey pack before.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
I mean, I was feeling good before it. I was like, man, she really bad. I got to make sure I got to do a grandstand in this thing. So I was like, I need some extra help just in case. But
I feel stupid. Really I don't even know what the hell a honey pack is. What the hell?
It's like you go.
It's just a dick pill and a fucking honey pack.
At a gas station.
Yeah, it'll probably kill you. It'll probably kill you. You use them too often. I don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely. I used to take the Rhino pills back in the day. You remember the Rhino, the gas station ones?
Okay.
Should have given you a heart attack.
Yeah, for real. I remember one time I woke up, I had a threesome the night before, and I was like, you know what? I cannot go into this with and just like fuck this up. So I went to the gas station, popped me one of them. The next morning, I swear to you, I called 911. It was literally the night after my birthday. I called 911. They came to the restaurant, checked me out because I thought I was having a heart attack the next day.
You bought an insurance policy for the girl, and then you might have needed an insurance policy for the next day. That's what I'm hearing.
Exactly. It was horrible. Those pills make you feel horrible, dude.
This is big, though. This is big, right? Because like you said, a lot of dudes don't talk about they have these issues, right? And they think they're solving the issue with just getting a blood flow to get their dick hard. But what you're saying is, no, you need your libido higher so you actually have that desire.
If you have that problem, right? Not there's a lot of guys that want to have sex that they just can't get. They just can't get an erection. And then there's a certain percentage. I did not know this up to this point. There's a certain percentage of men that can actually get hard that don't want to do anything with it. I don't suffer from this. Let's be clear.
I was gonna say I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that because I thought that would be crazy.
Yeah, that was backwards.
That was me.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, no. At like 28 years old, I started losing my sex drive.
So what is it that you guys offer that helps with libido? You said it's oxy.
Yeah, so you've got oxytocin, helps with libido. We've got drugs, and I say drugs. Let me be very careful on what I say today. But we've got treatments, medications that actually are built in one. So you have things that will give you the generic Cialis and the generic Viagra with oxytocin, all in one pill, all in one troche, and that will literally you just put it right under, put it right in your cheek, put it on your tongue, let it dissolve. In 30 minutes, you're zero to hero. Now, results may vary. Let me be clear. But in 30 minutes, you're zero to hero. This is kind of like clear your calendar for the weekend type of thing.
Okay.
And it should help change the trajectory of your night and the evening.
Okay. So, but what is the underlying issue for low libido?
It's, I wish I knew the answer.
Yeah. So it's an unknown.
I'm not.
You feel like it has to do with like your testosterone? Because like,
it's a good, right? Testosterone's a great benchmarker, right? It's a good segue. Testosterone's a great benchmarker that gives you drive, gives you sexual drive, gives you, more of an alpha than you've ever been before.
So once people get their testosterone levels to baseline or where it should be, a lot of those issues will
absolutely.
go away.
It's absolute. It's like you work for Vita Bella now. Absolutely. Yeah. So once you get your testosterone to a certain level, you should eliminate some of those issues naturally.
What's a good baseline level that your test should be at? Because when I told you I was having that issue, I was 240.
That's like an 80-year-old.
Yeah, I was like an 80-year-old man.
I'm
I had
kidding.
a lot of,
and it's probably a lot of dudes walking around right now with that same low level and don't even realize it.
No idea.
Yeah, so testosterone levels, it depends. And first of all, anybody you talk to is going to be different. Right? Any doctor you talk to, you can go to the VA, they're going to say that you're fine. You can go to this doctor, 400's good. You go to another doctor, 500's okay.
Yeah.
We believe that 800 to 1,000-ish, right, depending, is a good range for men to be have their testosterone at. Now, the range is different for everybody. What's the goal of testosterone? What's the goal of hormones? The level is only an indication. How do you feel?
Right.
That's the true answer.
And that's what I like
what
about
your level
company.
is.
The other companies, it didn't matter how I was feeling. It was, we need to get you on this. We want to get you on this. You was like, well, how do you feel? Because if you feel good, then you don't need it. But if you're not feeling good, then let's do this to get you where you need to be.
Yeah, you don't give some cookie cutter program. It's like you tailor to everyone's needs and you actually see how they're feeling and then optimize after that.
You want to take a person where they are and turn them into the best version of themselves. You can't come to Vita Bella and say, I want X. You can't. We're not Amazon. Right? You can't just come and order something, right? We pull your blood work. One, we need to make sure it's safe. What if you have high blood pressure? What if you have low blood pressure, right? We put you. There's so many different things that we can do and bring to the table to help you become the best version of yourself.
And we're real focused on the testosterone, but it was a lot of things in that panel that the doctor talked to me about, different things that had nothing to do with testosterone. It was like, well, you probably should take this type of vitamins, fish oil, and this. So it was a lot of things you guys helped with that wasn't just the testosterone.
You'll see too much iron in the blood. Right. You'll see. I mean, a majority of the people we see are deficient in vitamin D. It's crazy how
and you don't even know.
Listen, labs are the quintessential thing for everyone to have.
I believe
right?
it. No,
We've talked about it
sure.
at nausea. Is if you understand where you are, you can get to where you're going. The first thing, and when you look at a map, right, you see where you want to go. I want to go here.
Yeah.
Now you got to figure out where are we today.
Yeah.
And then we can draw the line and we can make a roadmap to get you there.
No, that's for sure. I love it. Kellen, so tell them about your experience a little bit deeper, about before and after.
Yeah, so before and after, man, it was really rough for me. When you have low testosterone and your partner is literally thinking that they're ugly and like you don't want to fuck them, it's like they're gonna think that, you know, number one, you're out there probably cheating because you don't want to come home. Number two, it's just it's making that person insecure. And then after that, you start thinking there's something wrong with you. And there was something wrong with me. And I had no idea until I started trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with me. And then I met Philly, and then I got dialed in from there.
Listen, everybody is deficient in something past a certain age.
Yeah.
Everybody.
For sure.
It's very rare that we see people at perfection.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're not running your blood work.
Right.
Right? Very rare. And the cool part is you may just need one thing.
Yeah.
And that one thing could be the game-changing thing in your life.
To change everything.
Like
Take you to the next level.
It's it. And you know, I use this analogy a lot about testosterone is the engine of the body.
Yeah.
Right? You know, for those car enthusiasts that are out there, testosterone's the engine.
Yeah.
Right? Some of us are sitting on a V2 inline 4, right? Testosterone is going to get you to the V8, V12. Everything else in the game, everything else that we offer, 100 different other products, that's your spoiler, your brakes, your NOS, your aero package, your wheels, tires, like that's all the other thing. But the engine itself is built on hormones, and testosterone is the foundation.
Man, listen, this is a literal cheat code. So just imagine you're in business and you're going up against your competitor who gets their blood dialed every 3 to 6 months, who gets the spoiler, who gets this, who has all the extras, right? You're going to lose against that person. And this is what I'm saying is people on the highest level in business are doing these things. And we just out here just to the wayside, just thinking they're that much better than us. Now, I'm not going to take away the things that they are doing better and, you know, the skills that they have, but we can level the playing field in the health department, in the energy department, in the clarity department.
Confidence, Goldie. Confidence
department.
You're selling confidence.
When you walk in, let me walk you through this.
Yeah,
I can take any man right now. 280. Testosterone.
Right.
Put him on either in clomiphene. Kellen's a little younger, right? We wouldn't put him on injectable testosterone, but in clomiphene, which is a natural prescription testosterone booster. And get him dialed 2 to 3x, right? And he will be a different version of the individual that sits in front of you.
That's deep.
Yeah, I promise. A lot of men are over here walking around all hunched over, like the world is just out here beating their ass. And I'm telling you, once you get dialed, your chest is going to be out, your chin's going to be up, and you're going to be looking at the world a lot fucking different. From all aspects of life.
My ego is so big at Vita Bella, and it's not from the money, it's not from the company.
No.
It's none of it. It's from, I get to look at guys that were not the best version, right? And I kind of take credit for it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I look at these guys, see him, he's like, I talked to the girl. Man, she said, yes, she's going to go on a date with me. I had confidence. I went out, I asked for the promotion. I went and interviewed for a new job. It literally changed their life. And I get to sit back and be like, I did that.
Listen, that's why I push it so much, because I see these guys and it's disgusting the way they talk with lack of confidence, with a low volume in their voice, just how they feel about the world. They're a little depressed. They looking for emotional support from women. I'm like, man, you're just not a man. And I'm like, I know, I can sense it. If you got your blood work done, you see you're deficient in these areas, and then you can get what you need to be a man again.
Doctors have ruined it for a lot of people, and not all doctors, but a lot of doctors. What? I'm depressed. I don't have energy. What do they get you on? Xanax. What do they get you on? Prozac.
I know you can't say this, but I feel like if somebody is depressed, a man is depressed, and he gets on testosterone or whatever, and he gets his testosterone levels up, I feel like that would cure a lot of men's depression.
You're literally giving people their nuts back.
Or taking them away, depending on if you're on injectable or not.
But for real, that's like
the answer to your question is, one, you're right. I can't say that.
You can't.
However, I can say this. of the people that I have seen, patients that we have seen in depression and things of that nature, because sometimes it's deeper than that. There's clinical things that are more important that are going on in your life that testosterone won't solve.
Right.
However, from a hormone and an internal combustion engine, we can elevate your drive, determination, motivation, and your ability to execute. Like some people wake up in the morning and they look forward to Friday. Every day. Right? Every day. Oh, thank God it's Friday. I wake up Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Man, thank God it's Tuesday.
Man, you juiced
thank
up.
God it's Wednesday.
This guy's juiced up every day. Every day he's juiced up. Yeah.
I mean, you'll get excited to be alive, man.
100% right. Once you get everything firing right, you are happy to wake up every day. You feel like you're a multi-millionaire before you are, just because your health and vitality is there.
And your mind. Your mind is the millionaire. Your mind is the money. If your mind becomes the confidence level, it becomes the millionaire. You become the millionaire before you actually make the money.
That's a fact. I feel like then you'll attract it because you vibrate now. But when you have the energy, the vitality, it's just different.
Yeah, it's just like, I think there's no gratitude for life. And it's almost like disrespectful to God to not be operating at your highest self.
Yeah, and everybody should slap themselves if you hear this and you don't go to the website to go get your blood drawn, right? If you don't love yourself if you don't do it. There's no way that I could hear the things that we just talked about and say, oh, I'm not going to go invest
and
see where I'm deficient so I can get optimal, so I can be a better husband, a better father, so I can be a better businessman for my team. Shoot, like I said, you need to go get it for your brother, for your sister, for your mom, for everybody should be getting a blood tested to see where they are deficient.
First of all, it ain't that expensive.
Yeah.
People come to me and they go, at Vita Bella, your prices are crazy. Are you guys getting this stuff from Mexico? Are you getting it from, first of all, everything is USA, FDA compounded.
US based.
Yes, everything. Yeah. And more importantly, we charge $16 to $32 a month for testosterone replacement therapy injectable, $60 a month for pills. People go, Phil, how can you do that?
Your prices are scary low.
Yeah.
And they go, how do you do that? And this is the truth. It doesn't cost that much. People are getting raked over the coals by capitalists and greedy people. I'm not here to make money on everybody and, pillage an entire nation. I'm here to change the game and produce and build alphas back to the world and turn women and men into the absolute best versions of themselves at a cost that people can afford.
We didn't talk about this because let's not leave the ladies out. One of my girls, she actually got on she got a blood. She ain't got everything yet, but I'm so invested in it. And I'm like, listen, there's a few things going on with you to where let's go see where you're deficient. All right. So let's talk about the women for a minute.
Yeah. So women, have just as much issues with hormones as men, if not more. I'll be honest, is men are easy to deal with when it comes to hormones. Yeah. Women are a nightmare, but we do deal with women. I'm just saying it's honest. And it's not that it's just a lot. There's so many more hormones to manage. Yeah. And it's a more complex issue. Now, the cool part about this is at Vita Bella, we do everything from weight loss, hormones, anti-aging, skin care, hair loss.
So, that stubborn belly fat that some of you women have.
It's from all that alcohol they be whipping down every weekend.
Have something for that.
Listen, the best, Goldie, the best version of yourself, whatever it is, we will take you to become the best version of yourself.
Listen, now that's a real gift. Don't buy her a purse. Say, hey, I got you. I paid for your blood panels to go and see so you could be the best version of yourself. That's a real gift.
Yeah, and as a man, like you do that for a woman.
If my woman did that for me.
Yeah, I guarantee no other man has done that.
Oh, that's a game right there.
That's real game. You're like, hey, I really appreciate you and I care about you. Look, I set you up with Vita Bella. You're gonna go get your blood panels drawn, and we're gonna get your hormones figured out. So that way,
but it's not just hormones. It's more than just hormones, right?
It's hormones, coenzymes,
I don't want to just focus. Y'all not just doing one thing.
Peptides,
it's a plethora of things that they told me about myself that
anti-aging is big.
Yeah, women. And for the women, the anti-aging, you want to start when you're young.
Or skincare. Look at the skincare.
Oh yeah, you got the skincare stuff
too.
Dude,
you got great skin. I got great skin. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I moved out here and I got in the NAD+, my skin and my hair was like falling. Look, my hairline's fucking receding, but I'm telling you, my hair's coming back. My skin is glowing. I'm feeling like a fucking, I don't know what I feel like. I feel fucking amazing. I feel like a god.
Listen, before I got with you, right, we know like the Kim Kardashians and these celebrities have been doing the NADs, have been doing the peptides. These are the things the elite, the high level, because they have the doctors that can pay for that. They've been doing this to look younger, to look better, to feel better. And you're bringing this to the average individual.
Yeah, you made it
These
affordable.
women want to do everything these people do. They're on the NAD, they're on the peptides. These women are doing it already, but they just never knew what they were doing and never had a place to go to get it.
Education.
Yeah, all these women, they want to go get lipo every 5 fucking seconds. All you got to do is just book an appointment with Philly, and he'll get you shredded in, 90 days?
He can't say
You know,
that.
I can't say that,
okay,
but
okay.
here, at the end of the day, listen, all the results vary, right? I'm going to give the one of the biggest nuggets that are out there. All these clinics say, it'll be 60 days, 90 days. Here's a crazy fact. I could take twins, identical twins, the exact same DNA, exact same diet, the exact same upbringing, the exact same climate, live in the same house, give them the same protocols, and there's going to be 2 different results. Why? Is because we're all unique and we're all different.
Yeah.
So once you come to Vita Bella, we check your blood. We put you on a protocol that we believe is best fit for you based on historicals, training, certifications, and everything that we've seen with other patients. After that, 90 days later, you meet with us again, and then we review your panels, make sure that you're feeling the best version of yourself. If things are not where they need to be, we make adjustments. That's the key. This isn't set it and forget it type of thing. This is a long-term partnership to make you the best version that you can possibly be. And then by the way, you are in the driver's seat. There's no commissions. There's nothing. We present to you, here's the options that are safe, that can help you meet your needs. You select what you'd like to do.
That's amazing. So, look, just while we're on that, I want to give some game to all the women watching this. What's like a good anti-aging protocol? I know it's different for everyone, but like, what's like the typical baseline? So look, if they want good hair, they want good skin, and they want to lose that belly fat.
Do you really want to tell them what it is? Because these women might go online and try to find a cheaper version. Well, you should tell them what these things do and tell them that they could come to get it.
I'll walk through this. It's a good question, right? Is you've got a number of weight loss GLP-1 products out there that helps.
Can you tell them Ozempic is poison and stop killing themselves with it?
Listen, Ozempic's not poison. It's not. You guys are crazy. Like, I'm going to tell everybody right now, Ozempic, GLP-1s is not poison. This is a fallacy. We fight it every day. Think about this. Like, there's so many people that lives have been transformed and saved, but it's getting a bad rap. Ozempic and Mounjaro, tirzepatide, they're all getting a bad rap from people
abusing it.
That are either A, abusing it, or B, the loudest person in the room making the noise. So imagine, there were 300 million doses a year or two ago, and there were like this many problems, right? Is it without any side effects? Absolutely not. However, think about the reduction of stroke, heart attack, kidney disease, all of these things that have been proven to help your life. And let me...
Because of Ozempic?
Ozempic, all of the GLP-1s, absolutely. It is actually...
Can you explain what a GLP-1 is for the people that don't understand what that is?
Yeah, a GLP-1 is a peptide, right? And it basically goes in, and there's a GLP-1, they've got GIPs, each ones are different, right? Got 1 factor, 2 factor, 3 factors. So Ozempic is a GLP, GLP-1. And it satiates, right? It helps you not be as hungry, helps with insulin, things of that nature. Then you've got things like tirzepatide, which is your Mounjaros and your Zepbounds. And that's a GLP and a GIP. It's a faster acting and it does more. It actually increases weight loss. You can imagine like this. Ozempic the average person over a year loses 15% of body weight. You go on like a Mounjaro or a tirzepatide, you end up losing around 22.5% of your body weight. Now, the difference is, why are these bad? This is the viral clip here, people. Why are these bad? Is because too many companies go and give you a GLP-1, do not talk nutrition, do not do anything else to help you mitigate muscle loss. Now, what does your body do? What does your body do? You're not eating. Your body's smart. Body's smart. It goes and eats muscle. What happens if you ever got off that drug to help you out is if you get off one of these GLPs, you have less muscle. You are going to be fatter than you were before you got on them.
Body
that is the downside. Now, if you give the right nutrition guidance, which is how much protein intake you should do,
high protein
you get on the right injectable aminos, bio boost, you get your testosterone dialed in. There are so many things that you can do to mitigate the long-term effects.
Listen, these women need to get on, because I know a lot of women, they're trying to do the Ozempic. I don't know where they're getting it, but they're getting it, and they're having all the problems. They don't understand the nutrition. They don't understand these other things you're talking about. But you're saying they could come to you. They can get on Ozempic, but they can get all the things to mitigate all the negative side effects.
So you can get on semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in Ozempic. We don't sell Ozempic. Ozempic is the brand name of the active ingredient is semaglutide inside Ozempic. We compound that at our pharmacy here in Florida and ships right to your door. And they can go in and we'll prescribe that for them, assuming that they qualify for it. And then after that, we're also going to educate nutrition and do other things that we would recommend to get the best possible outcome. The downside is everybody right now, it's a cash game. They're just giving as many people the drug as possible so they can make the most amount of money. They're not thinking about side effects. They're not thinking long-term care. At Vita Bella, we're a membership-driven company. Right? Membership driven. 9 different things that we offer, from weight loss, skincare, hormones. This is a journey. We are here with you on a journey, not just to show up, make you lose some weight and be done.
You hear that?
Man, I love that. So
that's amazing.
So women could come to you too. They can get the prescription facial products, skincare routines.
We went and stole the best skincare products. This is a fun story.
I was gonna say, because you actually have like
skincare. We got skincare products. We went out there, the tretinoin, the hyaluronic acid, GHKCU, mixing NAD, bringing them all together. We went and looked for the absolute best skincare products. Some of these products are $600 a month that women drop at some of these places.
That's car payment.
We brought it to the pharmacy. Remastered it, right? Dissected it, remastered it, made the exact same thing even better. $65 a month.
Man, see, you dudes, get your women on Vita Bella so they can get the best skincare, because they messing their face up guessing at the store all the time.
Guesswork. You don't want your girl looking old in 3 years and you're over here punching the air because you didn't put her on Vita Bella.
You got something for women.
Yeah, I had this one girl on Ozempic one time. And we were sleeping together for a while, and every time, man, she would take it, she was throwing up in the bathroom every time she ate.
And this is
so
a real.
Gross. I didn't want to kiss her.
Those are real. So some people, right, get extreme nauseousness and nausea. From some of these GLP-1s. Now, the difference between Vita Bella and everybody else is I don't want the phone calls. I don't want the customer service, issues. We prescribe on Dancitron, which is also known as Zofran, right, to every single person that jumps on a GLP. Why? Is because just in case they begin to get nauseous. We automatically have that bottle sitting there waiting. There's no calling us. There's no trying to have an emergency, call something into the pharmacy and pick it up. We've already done the work. So it just shows up at the door to make sure it's correct. It makes sure that we're there, that they have the things that if something happens, they're ready for it.
So say women right now, they see and they say like, you know what, I want to get on Ozempic. What you're talking about, I was scared of it before, but the way you're telling me, you mitigate the risk and it is safe. They want to get on Vita Bella. What do they got to do?
So didn't say it's safe, but got you.
So
for Vita Bella, right, all you have to do is go to vitabella.com. You get to pick one of the membership platforms, or one of the membership programs. You'll choose, if you're looking for weight loss and peptides, you'll choose the performance package. We've got a code that we've issued you.
Code Goldie.
Code Goldie. And they'll go on, sign up, fill out their health history. Now then, if it's just weight loss, they get optional labs. I suggest labs for everybody. But if it's just weight loss, labs are optional. They'll meet with a provider, right? Go through their health history, go through their goals. The provider will walk through a number of different options, right? They'll talk about tirzepatide. They'll talk about semaglutide. They'll talk about MIC injections or bio boost. They'll talk about metformin. There's so many different options that we can do to address just weight loss alone. And then they'll also be able to talk about anything else. Hair loss. They'll be able to talk about skincare, anti-aging, hormones. All, Goldie? Same phone call, same price. So you'll be able to talk through all of the things that you're looking to address.
And what is that price?
$129 a month gives you full access to the doctors. You'll get quarterly visits.
That's with Goldie's code.
Yeah, it's
129.
179, but it's 129 if you use the code Goldie.
Correct. Yes. You'll be able to go right online. You'll walk through all of your health histories. You'll walk through everything A to Z on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
So it'll happen quarterly.
Yeah.
And we'll redial you in as we go. Very simply. So you go online, vitabella.com, pick a membership. If you want weight loss, you're going for the performance package. After that, health history. After health history, you're going to meet with the provider. Provider will walk you through options. You choose what's best for you. 90 days later, you meet with us again. Reevaluate, see if it's working, and we'll dial you in further.
Man, that's beautiful. And I want to tell these people, Phil, I haven't received a dime from Philly, right? I'm really doing this because I believe in it. And my whole mission, if you watch my stories, if you watch my coaching, if you go to my school, it's all about becoming a better individual, becoming the ultimate man. So because it worked for me, I'm telling you what worked for me.
We're creating men again.
Yeah.
Real men.
Bringing alphas back.
Yeah.
Love that. We need a shirt that says that.
We're bringing alphas back, right? I mean, I would say this is confidence is the new sexy. I think we're lacking it men right now. Confidence is the new sexy.
And that's what everybody's asking for. How do I become more confident? Well, first you got to have the biomarkers in your blood to be confident.
It's so simple. I mean, getting testosterone dialed in, people look at it like with this nomenclature that it's steroids. Listen,
right.
It is an androgenic, natural occurring hormone in a male's body.
I couldn't imagine just going through life, just being scared, just to like even talk to, docile, slow.
And the thing is too, man, these guys are on it. All these people that people look up to, you know, you're looking up to this guy and you're thinking, oh, well, I can't be like that. He talks like that, walks like that because he's on these protocols. He's doing, but they, like you said, they don't want to tell people what they're doing. They feel like it takes away from the work that they're doing or whatever it is around.
You have no
Everyone's
idea about how many people we have,
I believe it.
Influencers, famous people that do not admit to being on. And by the way, for what? For what? For what? Why? Is because they are the best version of themselves, and it is an edge. Let me be very clear. It is an edge.
It's an edge for sure.
Listen, I said it before. I didn't want to tell people because it's like, this is definitely an edge. I don't want people catching up.
You're going to walk with a little bit more swagger. You're going to walk with a lot more confidence. And listen, at the end of the day, results vary for everybody, but you should feel the absolute best version that you've ever felt in your life. I mean, it is the bee's knees, man. This is where the world's headed, man. I mean, listen, I'm old. Like, you know, don't judge the skin. I don't know how many filters we have on here. How old are you? I'm 44. I'm going to be 45.
Do that. I'm 33, bro. That is not old. Old is like 60, 70. That's old.
I've been an adult twice as long as you, Kellen. I don't know if you realize that. You should do the math right there. But no, it's you've got so many things that you can do, from hormones to peptides to everything. Sexual wellness, right? That's where we started. Sexual wellness.
You all the way around, right?
Yeah. Men don't know we don't know. Let me be very clear. I feel good. I thought I felt good. I thought I felt good. Guess what?
You run that 50%.
The level that I'm at today dwarfs anything.
And who could be in competition with you if they're not optimizing themselves? It's going to be very hard for somebody to compete with you in your arena if they're not getting their blood drawn and seeing where they're deficient.
I mean,
it's impossible.
When you walk in a room, and you feel the best version of yourself, you're going to get the deal. You're going to get the girl. You're going to get whatever it is that you're. Oh, and guess what? Even if you don't, you gave yourself a 50 to 100% better chance of getting it.
Listen, let me tell you something, and I really believe this, right? Because I love this saying, your frequency is what you frequently see. When you feel good, you color the world with how you feel. So you, like you said, you get the deal. You expected to get that girl when you walked up to her. You're going to get the relationships, the business connections. When you feel good, you color the world and everything in life is good. But when you're not feeling good and don't have the energy, you color the world with that. So I really believe that this is a piece of it.
You talk about energy, you talk about frequency, right? And listen, this is going to be a shot at both of y'all, is when people walk in the room, they got their head down, but they got the Gucci shirt, the Gucci shoes, they got the Louis Vuitton belt. They're walking and wearing all that, but their head's down. Why? Because they're trying to purchase self-esteem. They're trying to purchase confidence. What if you walked in there with a Russell Athletics jumpsuit and felt like the baddest guy in the room. You floated. Your energy's different. You show up. You glow.
I do both.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do both too. And it's crazy that you said that because that was me for the longest time. That was me for a very long time. I thought I had to have this, that, and the third to just, get the girl or get the deal or whatever. And then I optimized my health. And then I'm telling you, I went from walking around all hunched over to my chin up in the air.
Hey, listen, I feel like women could smell it too. She could just smell it, and women want a real man. And you dudes are walking around not a real man. And they could just, maybe it's the pheromones of your testosterone in your blood. It's like they could smell the difference. And if it's me and an issue, she's gonna start looking at you crazy because she's gonna say, I thought I had a man, but this is a real man.
I'm gonna give a cheat code here. This is a good cheat code. Is if any man, and I see this all the time, guys dressed up. If any man says they're alpha, that's not alpha.
Right.
Definitely. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Any man that says, "Yo, I'm an alpha," that's not alpha.
Yeah. No man who's alpha says they're not.
I'm gonna tell you that if you're alpha, you just look a dude in the face and you know you're an alpha.
Look, and women know the difference, and you don't want your women to go out and see one of us and get to looking at you crazy like I thought I had a man till I got around this energy, because the energy is felt. It's like you say, you glow. The energy is, you vibrating at a whole different frequency.
You glow.
How do you feel like your energy has been? Because for me personally, like ever since I got out here in Miami, I get DMs every single day. They're like, I see it in your content. I see it in your face. When I'm around you, your energy is completely different. I feel like a whole new human. I'm not gonna lie. And the compliments that I've been getting recently, it just reaffirms everything that I've been doing and preaching and practicing, and it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really fucking good.
Yeah, for me, man, I always felt like that, but it wasn't consistent. I'd have spurts of it here, spurts of it there, so that's what I would show. But now it's all consistent throughout the day. I don't feel times where I would feel down, I don't feel that anymore. So now it's just, I feel like a man 24/7 instead of just little pockets of the day.
Because before you were faking it, and or in your body, you would tell yourself you were, right? Yeah. You would help yourself, or you would get moments and peaks and valleys.
Yeah, peaks and valleys for sure.
You've now became consistently dialed in.
It was for sure peaks and valleys,
You've now consistently dialed in hormones.
Yeah.
You've got your energy where it needs to be, mitochondria is repaired, growth hormones being released.
Energy is so important. You cannot be successful. All of these moving parts, the employees and these things, when you don't have the energy, it's like, it's impossible. It's almost impossible.
How's like your thoughts as well? Because for me, like any thoughts of like self-doubt or like, I'm not going to get the girl, I'm not going to get the deal, that's been completely eliminated for me.
Yeah.
That's a side effect.
Yeah,
that's a side effect of getting your testosterone dialed in. Is it releases self-doubt.
What are the positive side effects to all this?
Listen, there's so many, right? We talk about side effects. There is the effects of dialing yourself in and becoming the best version is life just gets fundamentally better.
Yeah.
You are a better person. You show up better for your friends, your family, your children, and yourself, your jobs, everything. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to watch guys. I take credit for some of this stuff. Just wait till you're dialed in 100%. When you get your next girlfriend, I'm gonna look at you and say, I did that, right?
Yeah.
Try to take ownership for this. Yeah. Same thing is you become an amazing version. And so the effects are endless. Side effects are endless. Everything has a risk factor involved in it.
Right.
However, we do everything that we can as a company with blood work and everything else to limit that risk.
Right, because you're not just taking the blood one time. We're going to see what this does to you. We're going to check it again. We're going to see how you're feeling. You're not just, man, these companies, they're really just throwing out testosterone. They just throwing out stuff to people just to get their money. They're not actually taking the time to see what you need. And that's why I said, like, when I told people the first time, I said, man, you guys really took and sat me down and said, no, you don't need what everybody's been telling you need. No, that's not good for you because of this and that.
Yeah, well, you came to us for injectable testosterone, and we said no.
Yeah.
And
how many people are going to do that?
Yeah. And then for the men that are on injectable testosterone, like that's the first thing they put me on at 27 years old.
Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna let everybody know it should be criminal. It should be criminal to take a 27-year-old,
make this a clip,
and put him on injectable testosterone. It is unnecessary before you go through all of the other options that 90% plus should work.
Because I had bad side effects. The acne on my back and shoulders was crazy. I was having mood swings. I know people say testosterone doesn't give you mood, but I said fuck every other word. And
you
then,
still do.
Yeah. Okay. And then on top of that, my nuts shriveled up to the size of fucking blueberries.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So for men that are on injectable testosterone, is it okay for them to stop and then get on clomiphene or one of these other alternatives?
So the answer is everybody's different, right? And the first thing that I would say is
Blood work.
it's all going to be your age.
Okay.
Do you have children? Do you want children? And then blood work.
Yeah.
Right. So the first is how old are you? Right. If you're over 40, if you're over 50, right? Injectable testosterone is not a bad option if you are deficient.
Yeah.
And then do you want to have children? Some kids, some people still want to have children at 50 years old.
Yeah.
They look good. Their money's right. They're dating 25, 30-year-old women that want to have children.
Yeah.
So you don't, you want to keep them dialed in, and you want to keep, live rounds. You want to keep these guys firing with full live rounds. So the answer is everybody's different. Could you take a 30-year-old off of injectable testosterone and move them to something? You could. I mean, results vary, but you could.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, it is between you, your blood work, your history, and your provider to partner as a team and come up with the best possible protocols for you. That's what we do at Vita Bella. You can't order stuff. You come in, we put together protocols that we believe are best for you, and then you choose what path and what route you want to take as an individual. There's no commissions. There's not, you're in control the whole step of the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And based off of you.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's not cookie cutter. You're not coming in, everybody gets this.
Yeah.
It's who are you? What are you looking to do?
Yeah.
In what time frame? And then we build the best possible protocol.
Man, I love that. I love that, man. VitaBella.com, performance package, code Goldie. You got anything else for him, Philly?
I got nothing, man. I'm just proud to be here, man.
Well, hey, and I appreciate you. I really believe this is one of the most important topics that I've ever spoke on. I really believe this is the foundation of everything. You have all the discipline, do all the hard work. I feel like I really believe health is wealth. I really believe that this is baseline. You have to get this first. Otherwise, you put the cart before the horse. So whatever you're doing, you're going to have to come back to this anyway. So get this first. And everything else is
what was that quote Jim Rohn said? He's like, if you get rich and lose your health along the way, you're still a poor man.
Yeah.
I'll leave you on this note. There's so many of your followers. I see people, right? You got the Rolls Royces, people got the watches, the chains and everything, and they look like shit.
Yeah.
All the money in the world is not going to make you live longer, right? And what good is all the money if you live a short, miserable life? What does it cost you? $400, $500, $600 a month for you to look better, feel better, act better, show up better, and be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I see people treat their cars better than they treat themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's a damn shame.
No, that's a damn shame.
And I see people, they go out and they buy all the purses, they buy all this stuff for their girlfriends and everything else. Why don't you become the best version of you? And she will appreciate that 10 times more than you buying something for her. Easy.
And just by you feeling your best, you're going to probably make more money. You're going to have a better relationship. You're going to be able to catch better women, better quality women. So, I mean, man, look at the guys that we have. Look at the reviews on Vita Bella. I mean, we got the one guy that posted online, Amir. Yeah, listen. He had no money, right? He struggling with work, struggling with girls, suicidal. I mean, I'm not proud of where he came from. Yeah. I'm really proud today. The guy's got multiple businesses, multiple houses, a Lamborghini. He's crushing life. And this is 12 months later. I'm being on Vita Bella.
You're literally doing God's work.
Listen. And I always say I'm doing God's work. So to be able to add this to something that I could send people to, I mean, it's amazing. You're just not going to be able to fuck with me if you're not doing it. That's all I'm saying. You going to see us in the gym. You're not going to be able to fuck with us if you're not making sure you're optimal. It's no way. So, I mean, y'all just going to have to spectate if you don't want to get on.
Think about this. You're going to take your car and just show up at the racetrack? Yeah. No, you can't do it. Why? Why can't you just take a normal car and show up at the racetrack?
Can't compete.
Because it takes certain things to compete on a racetrack. If you don't have the right engine, if it's not dialed in, if it's not precision built, if it's not purpose built, we will help you purpose build yourself into what you're looking to do. We will help you build the absolute best physical, emotional, mental, hormonal version of yourself that we possibly can. And you literally are sitting in the driver's seat the whole time.
And fellas, I want you to test your women today. I want you to go to them and ask, hey, would you rather have me buy this handbag for you, or would you rather have me optimize my health? And you should ask them that question, depending on that question, whether or not is if you should keep your woman or not. And ladies, vice versa.
Listen, you should go to your woman and say, listen, I'm going to spend this money for us both to get on this protocol, because they have skincare options for you. They have weight loss options for you. So we're both going to get on this instead of buying that bag or taking that trip.
And see what they say.
Yeah.
See what they say. It's a great test.
I appreciate you guys bringing me on today,
appreciate
man.
you coming on here.
Absolutely. And, I look forward to anything that we could do to help you.
I want you to come back in about 6 months, when me and Goldie have been on this for about 6 months, and I want you to see the difference. So remember this, everyone. And then 6 months from now,
I'm going to call Kellen out on this podcast here. Kellen has been trying to get his blood work done for 4 months. 4 months he's been trying to get his blood work done. So if I come back here in 6 months, maybe he'll have the blood work done by then.
Hey, man, you know I'm serious about my health, man. The first day you told me about it, I said done. Next day I went and got
Goldie
my
went
blood
24 hours later.
Oh, I don't play.
I don't
play. If I can get an edge, I'm going to get it immediately.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this was another episode of the Game Gods podcast. Philly, where could everyone follow you at?
Philly VZ, PHILLYVZ, and Vita Bella Health, at Vita Bella Health, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you call it. Vita Bella Health.
And guys, again, remember, if you guys are looking to get on these protocols and optimize your body, you need to use code Goldie. All right. And then typically it's $189?
$179.
$179, and you're going to be getting it for
$129.
$129. Guys, that's already it. We're already giving you another edge on top of the edge you're going to be getting by optimizing your health. And you guys already know where to follow Goldie. Goldie, where do they follow you at?
Young Goldie _ on Instagram, Gang by Goldie on YouTube.
All right. Perfect, everyone. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Game Gods podcast.
We
Peace.
out.